Welcome everyone to Confraternities in Nigeria. Today we will be sharing a detailed touching story as narrated by an ex-Vikings member, and it goes this way according to the narrator. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, and fellow Nigerians, I stand before you today with a heavy heart, burdened by the weight of my past actions. I was once a proud member of the Supreme Vikings Confraternity. I sailed the Medusa Marine patrol ship traditionally, a cult group that operated within the walls of Imo State University. Today, I want to share with you a story of ambition, betrayal, and regret, a story of how I lured my friend, Chima, into the very cult that would ultimately lead to his downfall. It's a story of how we rose to power, only to become victims of our own making. I share this story with you, not to seek sympathy or justification, but to serve as a warning, a cautionary tale of the dangers of cultism and the devastating consequences of our choices. Please, join me on this journey, as I recount the events that led to Chima's tragic end. Tears in my eyes, unbearable sorrow and pain haunts me. Chima is dead. I just received the news and the video was forwarded to me. He was killed in South Africa by a rival cult group known as Black Axe. The official headline in the mainstream media said, "A Nigerian drug dealer murdered in an incomplete building in South Africa. Drug deal gone wrong, but we know better." Rest in peace, Chima. Chima was an intelligent petroleum engineering student back then in school and was the director of financial affairs in the SUG. He was so innocent and peace-loving until I brought cultism into his life, and for this I can never forgive myself. I met Chima during our medical clearance process as a fresher in the university. I lived with him, slept under the same roof with him, ate from the same plate with him. For 2 years I was roommates with Chima and he had no idea that he was living and dining with a member of Apache in our school as at then. He was so innocent. Problems started when I had issues with a Viking member and I was traced to our house by Vikings. They came in dozens. That was the day Chima realized I was a cultist. I was rough-handled by the Vikings that invaded our house, but he fought beside me regardless. Long story cut short, I decided to leave Apache after a series of fights and confrontations with the Vikings and instead joined the Vikings Confraternity then. I convinced Chima to join the Vikings as well. Over the years I realized I had to take revenge on the Vikings that continually assaulted I and Chima while I was still in Apache, even though we were now Vikings members, and penetrating Vikings was apparently the only way to get our revenge, as the Viking member we were targeting was the then executioner of Medusa Marine Patrol. The plan was simple: blend Vikings, rise to the top ranks and challenge the executioner to a duel by mutiny. Vikings overboarding Vikings was a prevalent practice in most Vikings deck, especially in Medusa Marine. The plan was quickly initiated. Chima and I were ruthless. We dethroned major Viking hierarchy. We became influential in Medusa deck with our godsons loyal to us. The executioner we were targeting was taken unawares as we killed some of his deck's main cartels and decapitated some of his other excos, including Dolphman, Eastman, Subintel, Pilot, Subpilot, Ackman, and the strike chief. Nobody was spared. Finally we came for our major target, the executioner that suffocated us a lot before we became Vikings. We gave him a dose of his own medicine. We casted Medusa Marine Patrol, after which we fled to South Africa. We started playing international levels, earning dollars through blood and fraud. I got tired of the whole thing and decided to dissociate myself. Chima was like a brother to me. I advised him to follow my lead and drop this dirty lifestyle of ours. Chima was intoxicated with drug money and wouldn't heed my advice, so we parted ways. And today I just got news and an actual live video of Chima's death. After 12 years today he is dead, killed by Black Axe. His face smashed, they took his eyeballs and abdomen. He was totally dismembered. Please learn from my story and flee from cultism. Learn to live a cult-free and crime-free life. Chima and I had a crazy idea to play Vikings National and go into politics, playing the dirty game of politics with ruthless and demonic politicians. Well, Chima is dead now and I barely escaped. I'm still yet to figure out why I'm still alive. Disease from cultism. If you love your life,